Tuesdays. Hey, Richard, it's New
Hey,
Thought.
how you doing?
I'm good. For those of you that don't know, that's Richard. I'm Dean. Welcome to New Thought Tuesdays. And we hear the strike is over.
Yay,
Yay.
to work.
Yay. Well, and the strike thing, we're going to be talking about what to do now. What
Yeah.
to do now. So basically, for those of you in the spiritual community, we're going to be talking about, okay, you've had something that has been a bottleneck for you, that there's been a lot of emotion about. And now that bottleneck has had some flowing energy and it's undoing itself. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Like you've got this whirlwind of emotions, and all kinds of strike was going on, and now it's not going on. And there's this roller coaster ride of back and forth with uncertainty, frustration, whatever you want to, anticipation, excitement. It's like, okay, this block is through. What are we going to do? But guess what? It's time to step off that block of frustration into that. What are we going to do? How are we going to be? What's the next new path to be filled in this opportunity? And so our topic today is the strike's over. Get ready to seize your creative future. Can't wait. Can't wait. Richard.
Oh, hello.
Hello. We're going to focus on after we do this talk here, we go into the inner circle and we talk with folks. You're welcome to join us. Go to newthoughttuesdays.com, click on I want to be reminded, and we'll send you the link. You're welcome to join us. It's all free of charge. We have a great community. We love you guys. Come in and talk to us. Today in the inner circle, we're going to be talking about turning anxiety into action, channeling your newfound motivation, and transforming uncertainty into the unlimited creativity. Now, we're going to be talking to you about that here now, and we're going to be talking about some of the hows in the inner circle. But my partner in spiritual excitement is Rich Smith from The Infinite Filmmaker. I'm Dean Regan from Living in Concert with Life. You can find Richard at theinfinitefilmmaker.com. You can find Dean at deanregan.com. But on Tuesdays, we are partners here for New Thought Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done talking.
How you doing? Creativity, it's what we're going to talk about today. It's kind of a deep and personal expression of oneself. And when you can align with your higher self, then all of these challenges that are coming up as a result of the strike. I mean, there were a lot of things, Dean, right? I mean, loss of income. How do you deal with that now? How do you deal with the loss of income?
And it's the loss of income and all the perceptions of what that income means. Loss of not only the dollars and cents and how that translates into rent and money and clothing and cars and families and stuff like that, but also that idea of, oh, money is part of my self-expression. How it's dampening everything. Fear, doubt, and worry.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta get rid of that too. I know back when I first started in the entertainment business, a lot of stuff I had to do for free, and I was broke all the time. And it wasn't until I changed my consciousness of I'm worth what what I offer financially. And it wasn't until I changed that idea that that I am worth charging money for my services. And I started to charge money, and then the universe supported me with that and started giving me more money and more jobs. And when I was sitting in fear going, oh, I don't know enough to be able to charge, for my services here, just volunteering all the time for independent films. Of course, I love supporting independent filmmakers and stuff, but it wasn't until I made up my mind and said, I am worth it, and I'm going to start charging money, all the jobs started showing up, I think that's the way the universe works, correct?
I think that's the way the universe works. I think that's the way the universe is working now. For all of you within the sound of our voice, the world, the universe is working right now. The principles that we talk about are taking place in your life right now. You're using everything that we talk about right now. Do you want to use it mindfully, or do you want to use it haphazardly? Do you want to use it to experience and express the life of your dreams, or do you want to be on a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride going from accident to accident to accident? We choose divine desire, abundance, luxury, joy, glitz, glamour, creativity, whatever. That's what we're choosing. And what Rich and I are saying, that it is time to unlock your potential. Okay, let's call it the post-strike potential. Whatever's now in the moment, what is your potential? I love that I'm saying this because I'm listening to myself, folks. I can use this stuff just as much as the next guy.
Yeah.
It is time to unlock your post-strike potential so you can embrace change, and prosper, which means brighter future. So it's time to unlock your post-strike potential so you can embrace change and prosper, which means a brighter future. And that's what we're all about here, an even brighter future here at New Thought Tuesdays.
Yeah. And you have to be able to vision for that brighter future. If you're sitting in there going, focusing on the negative and the fear, doubt, and worry about what went on during the strike and how it's affecting you today, like I say, loss of income, not being able to lose your creativity because you haven't been using it, lose your connections in the industry because you haven't been connected with people, because you haven't been working. So when you can take and start to vision for something different other than the fear, doubt, and worry, start to see more jobs coming in your mind's eye, start to see more money and abundance and prosperity, start to see more opportunities, start to see the opportunity to connect with more and more people, and start visioning for that. Otherwise, you're going to, if this has gotten you depressed and down during the strike, worried, then what you think about, you bring about. So if you've been worrying and not following us here on New Thought Tuesdays during this strike, and if you've been worried that you weren't being taken care of, the universe is against you, everybody, the industry's against you, then you're just experiencing the effect of that now. Right now, you're experiencing the effect of that. So we're saying that now is the time to start focusing on your spiritual principles so that you can pick yourself back up again.
Rich, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Let's both breathe just for a second. You know what you just said? You said something that was so cliche. Hear me out. What you think about, you bring about. It's a cliche New Thought idea. What you think about, you bring about. People talk about what you think about, you bring about. Well, the thing of it is, what you think about, you bring about. This phrase is so essentially important that when we recognize that what we think about, we bring it into our lives.
Yeah.
And so we met last night and I was in a bad mood. I was in a bad mood. I'd just done 3 hours of teaching. I was like, and then, New Thought Tuesdays. And it was, my thinking was so into overwhelm, and this stuff is great, but there's a lot of it. And what I was thinking about, I brought about into my experience. So today, contrasting, a little bit manic today because I spent about 20 minutes in prayer with a client just before New Thought Tuesdays. This was a prayer upon prayer upon prayer. It was just the most dynamic and wonderful conscious awareness of goodness for my client, and the sense of enthusiasm that I have enveloped because of it, I'm so grateful for. So grateful for. So it's that whole thing, off the top of what you think about, you bring about. Folks, pay attention to what you're thinking about.
Exactly. And you were saying you prayed and you prayed and you prayed. Well, every time you think a thought, that's a prayer request, whether it's something for good or something for bad. The universe doesn't know the difference between it. Just gives you what you're thinking about and praying about and talking about. So when we say prayer, we talk about affirmative prayer, which is which is, we use a 5-step process: recognition, unification, realization, thanksgiving, and release. But through that prayer, we're able to stay focused on the positive,
Yeah.
And so
staying, and that's what we do as creatives. As spiritual creatives, we are focusing on the positive. We are always identifying and allowing our feelings, and I love to name them. I find it very helpful to just say, hey, I'm feeling sad, and I'm feeling frustrated. I'm sad about this, and frustrated about this, joyous about this, excited about that. We want to highlight the importance of embracing your thoughts, allowing your thoughts, adjusting your thoughts, and aligning your thoughts with your spiritual values.
Yeah.
Do you perceive this universe as a universe expressing and there for your good, or expressing or there for your not good? You can have either one. Either one exists.
Yeah.
Which do you want to experience? And aligning your spiritual values. Do you want goodness or not goodness? Do you want health or not health? Do you want abundance or not abundance?
Yeah.
What is it that you are desiring? And creativity, as well, Richard, you say this all the time. Creativity is deeply personal.
Yeah.
And it's your unique expression of your oneness with the infinite power. So now that the strike is over, take this as an opportunity. Take everything as an opportunity, but you might as well take this as an opportunity for the expression of your unique oneness with all that is.
Yeah. Also, one of the things you can do too nowadays that's a very spiritual principle is gratitude. So if you start thinking about how grateful you are that this strike was successful, that now you're being taken care of, your future is being taken care of. I know there was a lot of worry about AI, and there was a lot of worry about the way the industry is moving now towards digital and Netflix and Apple TV and all of that stuff. There's a lot of concern there, how that's going to affect you. And now that's taken care of. So sit in gratitude for all that came about as a result of this, strike.
Sit in gratitude for all of those moments where you were experiencing and expressing that appreciation for those people who were marching on your behalf. Perhaps you were marching. Those people who were speaking and holding right relationships with others to get the highest and best good for your creativity. No matter what side of the table you were on, there for the highest and good of your creativity. These people were seeking guidance in one another to see how this could unfold. And I have no inside knowledge, but just knowing that these two apparently separate parties came together to come up with something that is out there in the universe as a resolution. So here's one of the things you can be doing. You were talking about gratitude and forgiveness, forgiveness, big spiritual practice. This idea of, now that the strike is over, have you found a new community since the strike is over? Have you had new right relationships? And when I say right relationships, I mean relationships that you feel good about and that are uplifting to you and that you see possibility in. Nurture these relationships. Have you found new mentors, new coaches, new spiritual guidance? Work with these folks to bring out the very best, the most enthusiastic, that most spirit self of your creativity as you let go of the fear.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk more about in the inner circle, which we're about on our way into, but letting go of that fear. And as Rich was talking about earlier, this idea of visualizing this. Well, you were talking visioning actually before. You were talking about visioning, which is a different process than visualization. In visualization, which is a very simple process of seeing the color, smelling the texture, smelling the aroma, feeling the texture of that which you are desiring, that which you are bringing into your awareness. These processes we can work on right now with a sense of optimism. That's
Yeah.
striking.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to do some work too on the inner circle. What is it exactly that we're going to be doing in alignment?
Today, we're tapping today.
Okay.
We
So
are
we're gonna
tapping
tap. So,
today.
yeah. So if you're sitting in fear, anxiety, worry, fear, doubt, worry, we're going to tap that away. So join us in the inner circle. And how do they get to sign up for the inner circle? Just go to newthoughttuesdays.com.
newthoughttuesdays.com. Click on I want to be reminded, and we'll send you the link so that you can join the inner circle with us here on our Zoom call.
Actually,
Yes,
I
sir.
put the link in on the Facebook group. So if you're on my Facebook
great.
group, if you're a member of the Infinite Filmmaker group, there's a link right there. Just click on that and you can jump in and join us. Any questions you have, we'll be able to answer them. If you're on a spiritual journey and you're a little stuck and you understand the principles that we talk about and you want to talk about them, you want to do some tapping, come on in and join us. Just click on that link and we'll let you in.
Yep. We will. So, and Richard, Richard's brand is the Infinite Filmmaker. And Rich provides a unique perspective on this creativity, on the spirituality in the Infinite Filmmaker. What's the best way to get to you, Richard?
Just go to the support at theinfinitefilmmaker.com.
Okay, great. And my brand is living in concert with life. I use music as a foundation and a metaphor for this science of mind, new thought, ancient wisdom teaching. I work one-on-one with folks, one on some in retreats, and one on many. I'd love to go out and speak. So you can reach me at deanregan.com and help@deanregan.com. Are we ready to go into the inner circle, Mr.?
We are ready. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Don't forget, go to newthoughttuesdays.com and sign up so you get reminders the day before and also 1 hour before to remind you to jump in and join us here and start working that spiritual journey that you're on.
We're tapping.
It'll work for you.
We're tapping in the inner circle today. Come on, let's tap. Okay, we'll see you later.